Hi, welcome to Funniness is a Warm Gun. Thank you for tuning in. My name is Kevin Drieberg, and this week I'll be your host. Usually Matt Orchard is also a co-host on this show, but at the moment he's on holidays in New Zealand. So we'll be dialing in with him a little bit later on with a live cross, and he'll keep us updated with what's going on in Christchurch. Coincidentally, I don't know if it's coincidence or not, but they just happen to be at the same place at the same time with Prince Baby George. So stay tuned in and hear his thoughts on what's going on around there firsthand, live on the scene. We spare no expense, travelling to get you the news right from the proverbial horse's mouth. So this week I'll be bringing this show in a different format, just to keep it new and exciting. It's a first for me, so I hope you enjoy it. I hope I don't mess it up. Either way, we're going to both enjoy it. So let's run the intro real quick, and I'll be right back after that to start the fun. Welcome to Funniness is a Warm Gun, Episode 7. Man, these shows all suck.
Yeah, I don't disagree.
We could do better than this. Hey, let's do it! So this is a little bit out of my comfort zone. Being a solo presenter right now is something that I'll have to get used to as I'm going, I guess. But basically, we're going to tune in with Matt a bit later on, a live cross from Christchurch in New Zealand, just to see what's going on around there. The main reason why Matt flew out there was to visit the Prince George first public engagement. So basically, the King of Infants, the Prince Baby George, visited a playgroup this week. It was his first official public engagement, and we've actually managed to get exclusive photos of Prince George playing with 11 New Zealand kids. So thanks to Matt for going behind the scenes and getting that image for us. But seriously, Prince George is looking more and more like his dad every day. I mean, they've got the same hairline. So rumor has it his parents are already trying for a little brother or sister for him. Yeah, I heard Kate got royally screwed. Royally screwed? That's comedy. Anyway, so what else is in the news? Toyota recalled over 6 million cars globally this week. Oh, great, like driving a Yaris wasn't bad enough for the owners. Am I right? Anyway, it turns out they had to, they're going to replace all the airbags because there's faulty, malfunctioning airbags in some of the Toyota cars. So they actually brought an expert in to lead the recall. They brought the world's leading expert on replacing faulty airbags. But seriously, the official word is the issue was caused by a faulty spring which was between the steering wheel and the steering column, which causes the airbag or can cause the airbag to malfunction. But there is good news for the 6+ million Toyota owners affected by the recall. At least you don't have a Holden. And so there we go, my first attempt at a monologue. Steve Colbert, don't mess up on the new gig because I'm ready to take over if you need me. Stick around and enjoy the show. I'm just going to get a little bit more comfortable. One sec. Okay, so we're going to throw over real quick for a word from our sponsors, and then we'll get into, let's see what happens on the show. All right, thanks for sticking with this episode as I stumble my way through this format, which I just put pen to paper on and had initial ideas a short moment of time ago. So either way, I'm going to have a bit of fun doing this, so laugh along with it. So I'll just give you a bit of a background if you're tuning in for the first time. This is Funniness is a Warm Gun. It's not always this kind of format. Usually my co-host is here, Matt Orchard, and we just riff on about news, current affairs, world news, I go a little bit into sports and tech. Matt has some political angles and things. So that is usually the bulk and the content of our episodes. This week, as it's just me, I don't want to be talking about like serious, in-depth stuff by myself to a camera. For once, it's a little bit weird, but I don't think that's good viewing either. So what I am going to do is I'm going to bring you some useful tips on how you can hack your life by hacking your mobile phone. Some easy stuff that if it comes in handy, I'm more than happy to pass on the information, and you can run with that. If you're watching the video right now, so we would appreciate if you subscribed, just to give us a little bit of a buzz. We're like, yeah, we've got another subscriber. Like the video, most definitely. We're on Google+, so if you want to circle us, or +1, that kind of stuff. Twitter as well, FIAWG on most of the platforms. And if you're an audio kind of person and you want to get onto the podcast side of things without the video, or maybe you don't like our visage, you can find us on iTunes as well under FIAG, or Famous is a Warm Gun. Matt and myself are both on Twitter. If you head to our website, which is fiawg.com, you'll be able to find details on how to find us, and some background details and past episodes and yada yada yada. Before I do get into the life hacks and the phone hacks, before I do any of this, actually, I want to just let you know that this week is live and direct from the merry old land of Oz. So we do the show in Sydney, Australia. A segment of this will be, of course, offshot into New Zealand, into Christchurch, where Matt is from. But this week, 100% Oz. I want to start this the next segment with a homage. David Letterman has recently announced he will be retiring. One of Letterman's bits is the world famous top 10. I thought it would be I didn't want to get on that same level or think too many levels above that, so I'm bringing you the top 9. So this week is the top, well, probably this is the only time I'm going to do it, but on this occasion it's the top 9 little known facts about bananas. And I've got a graphic, here we go. Top 9 little known facts about bananas. At number 9, the first president of independent Zimbabwe was a man called Reverend Canaan Banana. Number 8, a bunch of bananas is called a hand, and individual bananas are called fingers. Number 7, bats help bananas to pollinate by spreading the banana seeds. Number 6, there's no such thing as banana trees, only banana plants. Number 5, bananas are members of the same family as Manila hemp. Number 4, the first mention of bananas in recorded history was around 600 BC in Buddhist texts. Number 6, monkeys generally peel bananas from the opposite end as humans. Number 2, because they contain relatively high amounts of potassium-40, bananas are classified as radioactive. And the number 1 little known fact about bananas, the banana is actually a berry. So that was the top 9 little known facts about bananas. I hope you learned something. I learned something researching that, so quite happy to share the knowledge around. Let's get that graphic back on once more. Well, that was a bit of fun. So now I'm going to move on to a segment which I'm going to show some life hacks surrounding a mobile phone, or a cell phone if you're watching from the countries and the regions where that's relevant to you. Basically what this is ways that you can make using your mobile phone easier. You could save money, you could increase the functions of said mobile phone. So I'm going to show you 4 hacks for your phone. First of all, if people if you need a speaker, I don't know how to say this. If you sleep through your alarm because it's not loud enough, there's a simple way to boost the volume on your phone. You can also use it if you want to have your phone somewhere and you're in a big room but you want everybody to be able to hear the music or whatnot. and that is very simple. Put it inside a glass. So you've got the on this phone here, the speakers at the bottom. Put this on your bedside table. Put it like that. There you go. Simple. Amplified volume. As you can see, I needed this big hard rock glass because I've got a big phone. But I mean, it works if you got a small phone. You use a small glass. Simple. So that's hack number one. Hack number two. This is so on my phone I've got the Samsung, the Note 2, which has a stylus, which basically means you can write on the screen. Not all touch phones have this capability. So there is a way to get a simple and a cheap, practically free stylus for most phones, which are touchscreen. What you're going to need is aluminium or aluminum, if that's relevant to you, foil, and a pen. I've got just a pen like this. Preferably, well, depending on what you want to do. If you want to write, you'd have a thin tip. If you want to, play drawing games or whatever, you use something with a bigger tip. So we get the foil. Sorry if these that sounded crazy through the mic. Wrap it up. So we've got the shiny side, if there is a shiny side on yours, shiny side on the outside. We put it over the pen end, trying to make as well as possible, making it to a point. Done. You got a stylus. I mean, you're not going to look that stylish flossing around this, but works. See? Simple life hack, mobile phone hack for you. So take that on board. If you want to test out a stylus before you buy a phone, you don't know if writing on a touchscreen is your thing. Good way to test it out. So that's that. There is another trick that another hack that I want to show you using this foil. Shout outs to Woolworths. Good people at Woolworths. And this is, if you're like me and you like to, watch videos, YouTube. If you're watching YouTube right now, you're watching this on YouTube on your phone, I've got a hack for you. Phone's going crazy because my stylus is removed. This is if you want to, if you need a stand, like you need something to prop up your phone. Just real quick, there is another one. If you put your sunglasses on, you close your sunglasses and put them upside down, makes a nice little stand for your phone. But this, let's just say you don't have sunglasses, but you have foil. Cheap way of doing it. Roll it up a little. To the shape of the phone, basically. Then you put your phone in there, kind of scrunch it around, give it a nice, firm, solid base, making sure none of the foil is covering the screen so you miss the videos or whatever. I can't really show you now because the table's down here, but trust me, it's as easy as what you just saw then to get yourself a free stand. Another life hack, phone hack. If you can use it, use it. And there is one other. This is actually quite useful in a lot of ways. But if you're like me again, and you like to chill in the bar, playing games on your phone. If you like to write or draw or whatever on your phone in the bar, it's not a good idea because if you drop it, it's gone. There is a way for you to waterproof your phone. I'm sure you can use it for other applications, but for the sake of demonstration, I do have a what would you call it? A salad bowl full of water. So what you're going to need to waterproof your phone, number one is a phone, and number two is a prophylactic, also known as a condom, or and there's a couple of other funny names that I want to skim over right now and just keep it keep it as sensible as possible. So we need these two things. Open this. It is advisable to not get the ribbed prophylactics, but basically what you want to do is open it up and put it over your phone. I've got a large phone, So I had to, well, luckily I had some large prophylactics. Put it over the top like that. Right, so it's covered. You know where this is going, there's a waterproof foam. There are some other cool features. Put a knot in it. Right, I put 2 knots. Just in case. 2 knots. You can see, so you can see through it, right? Stan Wawrinka, great tennis player. So how am I going to do this? There's the water. This is my phone, you know, so if this wasn't working, yeah, let's see what happens. Look at that, my phone is in water. So you could be in the bath, you could drop it in the bath, no problem. But that's not the only cool thing about this. So yeah, you're like, well, on the odd chance that I drop my phone in the bath, it's safe. Not even the cool thing about it. If you get, especially if you get like the thin end cell, the 0, which is very very thin, then you can still use it. Oh, I nearly showed you my passcode. But still absolutely functional through it, and it's a waterproof phone. So next time you want to write a chapter of your book, or write song lyrics, or draw something or whatever, and you want to do it in the bath, there's a hack for you. When you're finished, as usual, take it off, don't flush it down the toilet. There you go. Again, trying to make your life easier by things that I see. So if any of those hacks help you out, go for it. If you do have phone hacks or any other life hacks, I'm sure we'll be interested to know them. Let us know. As I said before, Twitter, or not Facebook, Google+, YouTube, iTunes, all over the place. So that was the life hacks. Now let's get into, well, the usual format that we do. We're going to cross live to Matt, who's in Christchurch in New Zealand, and get some updates from Matt. And just for the sake of not making this all choppy, I'm going to get some kind of graphic and flash that up as well. So here's a graphic. And so now with live on the scene reporting is Matt from Christchurch. Matt, are you there?
Yes, I am, Kevin. How are you?
Good. And how's things over in NZ?
Yeah, very cold, very cold. I'm in my own residence, so a few changes. I'm drinking beer, not wine, and I'm smoking live on air, which would be illegal if we're on television, but it's okay because we're on the internet.
New Zealand act as the New Zealanders do.
Yeah, that's it. We roll by our own kind of cord, really.
So
anyway,
what updates do you have for us, Matt?
Well, the reason I've kind of come over to New Zealand this week, obviously FIOG is about keeping everybody appraised with the week's events and everything like that. And Kevin and the other producers of FIOG decided to send me over here to cover future king-to-be and current Prince George, who's currently visiting New Zealand. He said it's easier for us to...
How's that going, Matt?
Yeah, it's going good. I was live on the scene today where they were with the Prince George, and I asked Prince George what he thought of the country, and he said, yeah, as babies do. But he was very, very articulate for a baby. And I spoke to Prince William and his wife, the Duchess, whatever her name is, I forget. But they were doing well as well. So everything's good in New Zealand. They're enjoying it.
It's good to hear, Matt. Thanks for the live update.
Kevin?
And so we've been covering this MH370, and I just wanted to know if you have any updates for us on this subject.
I do, Kevin. They still haven't found it. were searching a certain area, as we said last week, because they'd heard pings from a black box, or something that was consistent with a black box out of the ocean there. But they still haven't found it, and Mr. Houston, the dude they put in charge of it. It's funny because I was reading the news article and it said retired Air Force Mr. Houston, whatever. He doesn't seem very retired at the moment. He's kind of in charge of the operation, so he's working quite hard. That's a bit of a rort. I hope they're paying him. But he said that the chances of them finding it floating on the ocean at the moment are pretty much nothing. So it's all going to be underwater now. And obviously underwater stuff is harder because, you know, we can't breathe down there. It's quite dark. But they're dropping some stuff underwater, and they're going to see if they can find it.
Okay, yep. Good. So the update is there's no updates.
Essentially. But I am smoking on camera, so at least that's an update of sorts. You know, it's different from normal.
There you go. Always keep it fresh. And this international feed's kind of cool as well, where a trillion miles away, but still linked up in real time. Pretty fresh.
That's right. It's the 21st century.
All made possible with Google Plus Hangouts and YouTube.
Yes. Thank you, Google and YouTube.
Yes. So the next thing that I wanted you to give us an update on is this whole Ortiz Obama thing that we talked about last week. We said we're going to check our facts and get back. So can you update us on that?
Yes, I can, Kevin, and thank you. So last week I asserted that David Ortiz was a douchebag, and the reason I said that is that he took a selfie with President Obama, and there's nothing wrong with that, but he took a selfie with Obama without telling Obama that he was using it for profit, that he had organized with Samsung to, you know, use it to make money. And you said that he took the selfie, but Samsung had then used it after the fact to make money. They retweeted it for promotional purposes. So I said that I would, you know, read up on that and just, you know, check out exactly what the facts are. And it turns out that Samsung did have a deal with Ortiz to do selfies for money, but David Ortiz is not a douchebag. So what happened was Samsung and David Ortiz in, I don't know, recent past, over the past year, past few months or whatever, they made a deal that David Ortiz would, am I pronouncing his name correctly, by the way?
Perfect.
Ortiz?
Also known as Big Papi.
We'll just say Big Papi. Alright, so Big Papi had made a deal with Samsung that he would take selfies with people, all sorts of people, fans, whatever, and he would post them up and Samsung would retweet them, and he got paid money for that. But they didn't offer him any amount of money specifically if he could get a selfie with Barack Obama. He just happened to, so Samsung kind of got lucky, but David or Big Papi did not make any more money than he would have if he did not take the selfie with Obama. So, in my opinion, that's kind of a different thing. That's, you know, that's not douchebag territory. That's fair game. So I take it back. Big Papi's all right with me. Kevin?
So yeah, there is on air again another apology from us. This time going out to Big Papi. The other thing that, and I'll let you go after this one, but can you just give us an update on the whole Twitter outreach thing that we had last week and what we want to do this week with it?
Yeah, so this is a brand new segment we started called FIOG Solicits Prominent Figures for Tweets. Basically, each week we reach out to a public figure, someone on Twitter who has a lot of followers, but might need our help, need our endorsement, or whatever. And we offer them our stance on something, essentially our opinion. We offer that in exchange for a retweet from them so that we can get more followers. So last week we reached out to Ken Ham, who's a notable creationist, and we said that if he retweeted our show, we would in turn fully embrace creationism as our point of view, our stance. And it turns out that while Ken Ham is willing to build entire museums, and even I believe is planning to reconstruct Noah's Ark in order to sway skeptics around the world. He is not willing to do one simple retweet to convert two individuals instantly, which is a shame. But he didn't retweet us, and I'm sorry, Ken Ham, but I'm not going to be putting down my copy of The Origin of Species to pick up a Bible anytime soon. So that's that.
That's a shame. So who are you reaching out to this week?
This week we're going to reach out to Toyota. Apparently they've had a lot of recalls of their cars for safety issues. And so, a lot of people on the market at the moment are very hesitant to be buying a Toyota car, understandably. But that could all change, Toyota. So we're going to send out a tweet to Toyota once the show is up. And if they are willing to retweet our tweet linking to our show, then FIOG will fully embrace Toyota in terms of safety, in terms of aesthetics, general build design, just being the best car on market. We will recommend it to everybody, including pregnant women. Everybody. But we have no opinion on Toyota. In fact, we're leaning toward their shit. But if they retweet this, that will all change. Kevin?
There you go. So thanks for taking time out of your schedule over there to get in front of the camera and keeping us updated. I do appreciate it, and I'm sure the viewers do appreciate it as well. Unless there's something else, I just wish you a good time over there and a safe journey back.
I think I'm done, but thanks for tuning in, guys. And one thing I will say before I go, MH370 will keep you updated from the beginning. We will keep going through till the end. We go overseas to cover important events like two people from London visiting with a baby. And when I'm out of the country, we don't make that an excuse to not have a show. We still deliver. So I think that everybody should be grateful. And if you want to show your gratitude, then don't forget to subscribe to us on YouTube. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter. And generally just keep up your end of the bargain as a viewer of quality content. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Matt. Take care.
Thank you, Kevin.
So there you go. Once again, technology, innovations leaping and bounding and helping us to get the right content that we need in a cheap and affordable way. If you want to do the same kind of thing, look into Google Plus Hangouts, which is a free service. All you need is a couple of webcams, a dream and a vision. Not in that order. So I want to close this off by saying a shout out to Lorenzo, who helped out with the monologue jokes. And even if I did terribly on it, I hope I did you proud. There's good content in there, so I'll give you full props on coming up with those gags. Yeah, Lorenzo, good dude. And just general housekeeping, man. After all that you've seen, if you kind of like it and you want to check out the next one, subscribe or stay in contact via Twitter, YouTube, Google Plus, iTunes, whatever. Let us know you're out there. Next week, Matt will be back, so you won't have to listen to my ramblings and dribbles on ridiculous things such as using alfoil to prop up your mobile phone and whatever the hell else we covered. Back on track from next week to infinity. That's really all I've got for now. The YouTube video from last week, from episode 6, was our most viewed ever. So out of 6 videos, it had the most views, which is dope. Everybody who's watching, we appreciate your patronage, and stick with us, man. I'm going to sign out now. I hope you enjoyed this. I've thoroughly enjoyed bringing it to you in this new format. Kept myself entertained. You stay out of trouble and we'll stay out of trouble. Peace. See you in a little bit. I do need to get a nice little snap for the thumbnail of the video, so this little character. There it is. Peace.